I'm building a few new single family homes, and we've got a real estate group to where we're building out a group here in Austin that helps new home buyers really kind of revalue how they're going to go out and purchase a new piece of property rather than going out and entering this market and getting into a situation where you've got 20 bids on some 30, 40-year-old asset. And we're trying to educate those retail folks just buying individual homes for themselves, saying, hey, you know what? Why don't you delay gratification a little bit and we can help you build a home instead, and you'll get something new. And by the way, when you actually look at the valuation there, you'll have built-in equity just off of that arbitrage of what the cost to build is and what the actual valuation is.
Especially in a market like Austin, like what would that ballpark savings be for somebody that you're doing that with?
It's a great question. So I just went under contract for a lot around the corner from my home. That same home, newly built, a 2,500 square foot modern farmhouse, not something that's kind of a spec house, but something a bit higher end. The market is valuing quality, by the way. It's not just if you build it, they will come. If you build it well, they will pay a premium. And I think that is important. And so buyers are being more cognizant than some of that. But the comps that I saw are roughly getting $650 to $800 a square foot in East Austin.
Yes.
So it's going to cost me approximately $650,000 to go out and build a high quality single family modern farmhouse, plus the acquisition cost of the land, which I just bought a piece of dirt for $600,000 on the east side, which is bananas. So all in, call it 1.3 million, but those comps at 700 to 800 a foot put this home from anywhere from 1.6 to 2 million. So you're talking about $300,000 to $500,000 in instant equity that I've been able to build as a new owner of that asset versus going out and purchasing something directly in the market. Now I've got to, there's obviously headaches that I've got to deal with. I just got a quote for a 2,500 square foot home for lumber for $82,000. I'm ready to rent a truck and drive up to Canada myself.
Hey, we actually shopped a mill. We want to buy a mill if you find one.
That's a great idea. I'm interested.
I don't know why those tariffs are not gone yet. Come on, Biden, let's go pick it up. Mitch, in the Austin market, and this is going to be obviously different depending on where you live, but square foot prices at retail are like $300 a square foot to $1,000. So it does range. Mitch's focus is on the very nice areas, luxury, if you will, around Austin. But I mean, still, $300 a square foot is what we're getting in like tertiary markets of Austin, if you will. So still robust. Even Dallas.
And actually, we're scouting 4 or 5 spots in the outskirts, like outside of Travis County.
Oh, are you? Where at?
We are. Well, that's another podcast. We've got.
Hey, buddy, this is like gang wars. This is my territory.
There's so much out there, but we're probably a little further than you want.
Okay.
I mean, with all the chip manufacturing plants and all the stuff that's coming to your greater area, it's not even just the city. I mean, you guys expanded so far that it's fascinating to see what's going on in Central Texas.
There's more coming.
Yeah, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
So we looked at ground up, certainly now being more of interest than it was in the past. And so do we expect to see BV Capital focus more there than looking at some of the value add that we saw in 2021?
Oh, absolutely, by far. And in fact, if you look at what the land deals we did last year, they were all multifamily with one exception. We did a vacation home property on the coast. And that's just the boom in vacation homes due to COVID and everybody being able to work remote and being able to work from a vacation home. Those things have boomed. But for the most part, we are going to be a ground up multifamily shop predominantly, at least for the next few years. There's just way too much value creation that can be, given to not just us, but investors in general.
Are you also developing the land and going horizontal? Tom has really been virtuoso in that space and really kind of getting those builder ready. Are you going kind of soup to nuts, or are you looking for something that's already builder ready where you can go on there and start to execute?
It's really hard to find something builder ready.
I'm your man. Come on, come on down to the party.
All right, well, maybe we should talk. I mean, most of the stuff is we're having to do drainage studies, and we're having to, the pre-development work there's a fair amount of work there at the civil and just trying to get all that figured out.
It's one thing. So because I do primarily single family lots, most communities 300-400 lots, and then we take about 20 acres for our own, whether it be garden style or 3-story apartments. Builder ready is really kind of for the single family builders. It's so customized to the builder owned apartments. It'd be hard to do a build ready. You can do all the utilities up to the property, which is what we do, but not like a pad ready sort of for multifamily.
Hey, if you're taking land and bringing utilities in, you're adding a ton of value.
Oh yeah.
And there is a ton of shops that would want to take that over, because if we can't get utilities to the site, we're just going to move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably a ton of capital and time that you've got to invest in order to get there. So that makes a lot of sense. Well, good. I'm glad there might be some potential synergy between you two.
Look at Mitch. Mitch is always making a deal.
Well, I'm just trying to connect people.